Hi, sweetie. And yes, I'm doing bone trussle while being a chicken. It's a chicken, I tell you, a giant chicken! We get some. Need some music to chill to, so. Just give me a second. I'm doing a thingy. What was that other album? Let's see. It's like 2 hours away. I don't know. No. Google, stop being a stupid. I got a lovely bunch of coconuts here. They all sitting in a row. Big ones, small ones, some as big as my head. Ooh, ee, ooh, ting, ting, walla, walla, bing, bing. Ooh, ee, ooh, ting, ting, walla, walla, bing, bing. I told the witch doctor that I'm in love with you. I told the witch doctor that you may love me too. You know what? I need to get that goal recalibrated. Like, where is it? Boop. And boop. Just gonna leave those. Only because. Annie, are you okay? You okay? You okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? You okay? You okay, Annie? You've been hit by. You've been struck by a smooth criminal. Annie, are you okay? You okay? You okay, Annie?
Powering on. Welcome to Alltech Lansing.
Alltech Lansing. I wonder if I got some instrumentals that are strictly instrumental, or I don't know. Nope. Nope. Let's see. Nope. 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 Nope and nope. Do 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 Why does it keep on going to top chat? Live chat, you stupid. You stupid. Hello. I am yelling in the ether. mean, if y'all ain't got shit to do, people need to come chill with me, like, for real. I'm tired of being lonely. I am, like, so tired of being lonely. And why didn't the MeBot notify everyone? Oh, let's see. Ooh, kill him. Looking at beautiful pictures. Oh, my baby rocking it. Why didn't my MeBot go off? Eh. Live. I'm alive. Oh, pardon me. I did not mean to do that. Let's see. What you talking about, Bill? What you talking about? What you talking about, Bill? What you talking about? I got way too many yaoi pics on my phone. Worth it. I don't have right stuff to pose for photos. Ugh, so annoying. Nuts it. Can touch it. Can touch this. I'm gonna put it on Tumblr. I'm live, baby. I'm just doing like posting and hashtagging, all that good shiz. Let's see. Come on. Character design. Like, I'm gonna need a little bit of help with this. Huh. Nanny? Huh. Go fig. I'm bored. Like, y'all can see this, right? Well, of course you can see it. You see what I'm doing, right? You see this? This stuff takes days, sometimes weeks for me to do. Oh my gosh. Ew. Got the sniffle. Oh, right. I was gonna put on some chill music. Only because I can. Because I need it. I need albums. Which one has the most? Weird. I'm not digging it. See, I would like something to chill with. So. Ugh. Can we. I'm not really like an artsy snob when it comes to music, period. So I listen to what I think sounds good. If it doesn't get me copyright stricken. Okay. I can dig it. People don't get their asses in here. I'm gonna lose my bloody shit. Oh. Hmm. Like my dudes. Let's see. Y'all watching but y'all can't chat? Sign into your fucking Google accounts, people. Come on. I'm not I'm not I'm not patient, okay? I am not a patient person. Well, yes I am. I lied. I'm patient. I just want people to love me. And damn it, I dropped my other mouse. You know what? You can go around here. Let me get comfortable so I can put my glasses on and stuff. Because, lo and behold, I actually need to see. There it goes. Hey, what's up? Tie suits? Quite a name. Welcome to the stream. You can ask me anything, and I'll answer it with blunt honesty. Just, don't purposely irritate me. Because I know a fucking troll when I see one. Oh. I'm doing alright. Just a bit bored. Sorry if my reaction seemed delayed, but, what you receive and what I receive probably isn't a different, time. But, I'm doing okay. I'm just a bit bored. How are you doing? And there it goes. Yeah, my screen is gonna go black sometimes. Don't worry about it. It's just a thing that Clip Studio does to me sometimes. But it's nothing to worry about. So, well, as I said, welcome to the stream. Just kind of bored. What I'm doing is, as the title says, I'm drawing the prologue to a comic series of mine. I appreciate your patience. Let's see. Yum, yum, yum. Let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, this is I'm drawing the prologue for my comic Prevent. Its title's namesake. It's about attempting to prevent or preventing suicide or attempted suicide. And I have 3 main characters. Let's see. I have 3 main characters. It's not done, but this is the title page. There's a guy, my Grim Reaper lady, and another girl. And unfortunately, none of them have names because I haven't named them. I am actually at a loss for that. Now, some of the topics of discussion will be graphic. So if you're like easily squeamish and all that stuff, I'm letting you know right now. Shit will get heavy and it will get real. Let's see. But yeah, this is, a comic about preventing suicide or attempting to prevent suicide because realistically, not every story is a successful story and can't be the hero all the time. This is basically speaking from my own experience with attempted suicide and my way of coping and preventing other people for making this choice. Yeah, I mean, it's in the description, my main warning, I just, I want people to be aware that this could, you know, make people relive past trauma, and um if you're not comfortable with it, feel free to, take a break from it or whatever. I'm not trying to make people uncomfortable, but I'm gonna make people uncomfortable because of this work. And it's it's not really an easy topic to discuss, especially when it comes to like my own mental health. I pretty much run the mill with my mental health story and my trauma and all that shit for the longest time. I mean, I'm gonna be 29 years old. Okay, I've sang my song. I've told my story so many times, but I want to help people understand, you know, not just, you know, that doing this to yourself not only affects people around you, but, you know, diving into the unknown, you can't be sure where you'll end up. And um, I'm not a religious person. I I don't really believe in the same concept of God as Christians do. So I apologize. I'm not gonna bash anyone's religion though, because I'm not even atheist either, because no one knows. So it's not gonna doesn't really phase me much. You know, been told I'm gonna burn in hell and all that bullshit, but you know, I don't really believe in those. So it doesn't really cross my mind that much. I lost my faith. Well, I just I just stopped looking at religion completely after my cousin's murder last year, and I discussed it fully in my earlier stream. Everything that's gone on with my life and how life in general is a living hell enough. So a spiritual hell isn't doesn't phase me. You know, life itself is torment enough. Okay, but some people gotta hold on to that belief, thinking everything's gonna be hunky dory and that prayer will get you through everything. Nah, sweetie, prayer won't get you through everything. That is not a fact. It'll help you cope, but it won't help you get through what you're going through. You have to provide that self salvation. And, you know, if there were, I guess, guiding hands to help people with their mental issues, then, these are the people I would imagine. Because let's be honest, the Grim Reaper, if, there was like a real Grim Reaper as we know, they would have their work cut out for them because um, Purgatory would be pretty damn crowded. Let's just put it that way. And I know people, I know it says in the mythos that, suicide is considered a sin, so you automatically go to hell, but I don't believe in that. Only because it contradicts, you know, an understanding God. You know what I'm saying? Um, it contradicts an understanding God because that person was in pain in life. And yeah, you took your own life from, before God's hand, but if anything, he should be understanding why you left that life that was making you miserable. Because you weren't given a way out. Or that way out wasn't coming soon enough. So, what did you do? You ended the pain. And yeah, we have to go through struggles to become stronger, yada, yada, yada. But, you know, people end up losing that fight. And I've almost lost that fight more times than I can count. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, this is gonna sound like uber goth and all that stuff. I mean, that's what the KG stands for, K-goth or key goth. Um, you know, there are still days where I feel like I don't deserve to live, or that I shouldn't be alive, that I'm just a waste of space. And that's been my way of thinking for a little over a decade. No, way more than a decade. Um, and it's difficult, And this is kind of my therapy ish type of thing. Um, but it's mainly for my art, you know. Yes, there will be like rants and stuff on my channel. There'll be like my virtual galleries and stuff like that. I have a lot of plans for this channel. Um, just, career wise, I would like to get paid for what I do. So, but I'm not doing this to get paid. I'm doing this so, people understand where I'm coming from. And personally, I cannot stress enough how saddening it is that people don't openly discuss these types of things. You know, there's this podcast I listen to. I'm not sponsored by it or anything like that. It's hosted by these two sisters. It's called Giving a Voice to Depression. And I've been listening to that podcast. And I've been listening to, like, raw experiences from different peoples, doctors, lawyers, mental health experts, people who are schizophrenic, people who are bipolar, um, people who have attempted to end their own lives, or have post-traumatic stress disorder. Whatever, whatever you can think of, they've got it there. And the sisters themselves deal with depression, and their podcast is a way of getting a conversation started and, making mental illness less taboo. And there's a fellow artist on DeviantArt. I'm not, doing any paid promotions or anything like that. He goes by Depression Comics. Now, this guy is someone I've been following for years as well, because he too has given a voice to depression, in the form of a webcomic. And there's different characters, different scenarios, you know.
different lifestyles, all of it. And he plays out the scenario in these panels, so thoroughly, but it's not like overly complicating to where you're like, what the hell did I just read? Because some comics can end up like that, and you're just like, but why though? And, I saw to him for advice, about, his characters, like, depictions of, personalities. Like, there's this, like, pretty blonde lady that's, like, known as Miss Society and all that stuff. Kind of like a mock on the, beauty pageant ladies and stuff like that. I mean, not all of them are judgmental blondes, but she's supposed to be, the ideal thing that the media likes. And that's for that purpose. And for me, like other artists and stuff like that, she is a depiction of death, but she's not just a Grim Reaper or just the Grim Reaper themselves. She's, somebody who actually wants to prevent these things from happening as well. And no, she's not pulling a Ghost of Christmas Present or Christmas Past, Christmas Future type of thing. No, this isn't going with the Christmas Carol type of deal where, the consequences of your actions, ooh, she's not gonna hop to every person who wants to end their life and show them the consequences of their actions. No, she's more of like an overseer of people who actually help maintain balance in humanity, who want to make a difference and were gifted with special abilities. If these kind of people existed, that would be awesome, but, that's what fantasy is. And I like my elfies. So, yeah, she's gonna, have elf ears and such. Because I'm trying to make her, well, appearance-wise, I'm making her as less human as possible. Besides some parts in anatomy. She's like fully armored, ready for combat type of deal. And, where did... Okay, this thing is being stupid. It's being stupid. Stop it. Stop it. I mean, fantasy stuff, like, one of the top aesthetics in, like, fantasy characters and stuff like that, of course, is, like, elf ears and, with, like, demons or, other entities that aren't human. So, yeah. So, that's initially my goal with her. But like I said, though, I'm not going for a Christmas Carol type of thing where she shows every single person the error of their ways. They go with their choices. She gives some of them an ultimatum about their choices, especially if they're like young teenagers or children. Yes, I will be depicting children in this works, because it's not just adults who suffer from depression. Kids do too. and kids have taken their own lives because of bullying at school or, abuse, whatever. And a long time ago, I was one of those kids. I I tried to end my life 7 times when I was 12 years old. So, it's not just adults that go through this. You know, doesn't matter what age you are. I've heard of kids as young as 8 years old taking their own lives. And no one thinks to help these kids because, oh, they'll grow out of it. Oh, they need attention, or they're not getting enough attention at home, or, maybe they need to see a counselor. Like, no, you need to get to the root of the problem and help these kids. Or else the worst case scenario will happen. And, sometimes medication, and that's another thing that pisses me off. Drugging your kids up doesn't always mean that the problem is gonna go away. In fact, sometimes it can make it a lot worse. And I'm not anti-medication either. I'm just saying that only resolves half of the problem. You have to help guide them to get to the root of the other half of the problem. So yeah, I put the warning that all my characters are, fictional. They're not based off of any real people or anything like that. Yeah. There will be children here who try to take their own lives. That's at least an idea I have for, it's at least an idea I have for one segment, but it's not going to be, like, the earliest thing on. I don't want to... I'm not diving right in the feels train. Uh-oh. Sorry, I'm looking at my, Discord. See what's going on in my server. I run a server called A Bard's Haven. And it has, like, a Signia Purple Shield thing going on there. I need to make a better one. And there's also my KG comic server, which I don't necessarily have up and running yet because I don't have roles or a clear... I know what the channels and stuff do. I just don't have a clear set of how I want the server to be run. Because I want a community, And, what if I want something for, patrons and stuff like that? Some exclusives. Yeah, it's, A Bard's Haven is, it's the name I came up with because a bard is an entertainer. Poetry, music, the arts, acting, anything in relation to that. I consider myself a bard myself because I've had my hand in various forms of art. Like, I'm not proficient in theater arts. I know how theater works. I just, that never interested me. usually stage fright and stuff. I was in band for like 12 years of my life. I draw physically and paint, and pretty much any medium I get my hands on. I write. I sing sometimes to myself, but it's not like I'm trying to go for singing, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I do follow a group online, a voice actors club or something on Twitter, I believe. Yeah, on Twitter. You know, just in case. On my SoundCloud, I have some recited work of my own poetry. One of them is dedicated to Yandere Dev for Yandere Simulator and stuff like that. Yeah. Uh-oh. What is that? Ew. But, I wonder. But, it's not. I'm gonna tell you straight up, like, right now, like I said, in my previous stream, I enjoy doing this, hence why this is my career. It is not a hobby, it is my career. I mean, legit, I'm putting myself in like 70K worth of student loan debt so I can get a degree in the fine arts in illustration, which is what I'm doing for storytelling art, sequential art. So I'm not doing this for, well, I am doing this for my health, but you know, this is something I would like to get paid to do. You know, and for me, I don't want money for myself completely. I mean, I want money to live, yeah, and maybe spoil myself once in a while, but I want to spoil other people more. Like my fiance, who means everything to me. She's awesome, so she's the one of the few people that actually gets the hell I've been through. And she's been through her own personal health as well. She's most of the way blind. And because of this pandemic, I can't see her for a long time because she has a developmental disorder with her like, you know, she told me that she was born with like half of an immune system, and you know, she has hormone development issues, which they believe has attributed to her blindness, but no one really knows what kind of blindness she has. All we know is that is it's getting worse. She is colorblind now. I don't really like discussing this. Excuse me. And me being an artist, you know, I had a lot of plans when um when we got engaged a couple of years ago. She makes me happy, and I want to give her the wedding of her dreams. I want her to have a colorful fall wedding someday. But she won't be able to see them. And I'm sorry. I don't mean to cry. I don't mean to cry. It just, she won't be able to see them. And aesthetically, you know, she'll be able to appreciate it, at least, as long as I can describe it to her. And she likes art that she can touch. You know, that's kind of why I've gotten a bit better with my crafting. And digital works are easy for her to see, because I can make the colors vibrant. And, you know, I can describe the colors to her, because she knew what they look like. I appreciate it, but it's just, you know, my sense of self-worth has been down the drain for a good deal of my life. And, I want to be able to take care of her. I want to get out of here. You know, I want to make something of myself. And and art is all I have. I don't have anything else. And for the care and stuff that my fiance would need, it would be expensive. And she's going to school to be a language arts teacher. And she rocks it when it comes to school, no matter how stressed out she gets. Okay, CL, yeah, I know you're streaming. But, she, excuse me. I'm, like, really freaking emotional, and I don't mean to be. Let me calm down for a second. To be honest, if it weren't for me meeting her in fall of 2015, 2016, the year following, I would have ended my life. That's how depressed I was. And can still be sometimes. But she gave me something to look forward to. She made me look forward and see something better for myself as well as us. And, you know, nothing's hunky-dory and all that shit. You know, we have our fights. A lot of time it's been like, you know, miscommunication or communication issues. That's just the gist of that. And, and of course, 2017 is when I started seeking help again in therapy, seeing a psychiatrist, and all that stuff. But there were quite a few times where I was just ready to give up and die. Let's not beat around the bush. I was ready to end my fucking life. How? I do not know. I never really gotten that far, because I've always been too scared to go through with it, so there you have that. I had to do a pen check because some of my stuff is a bit shaky. And it was not looking right on my end. And, so, with this damn pandemic, she means everything to me. And I'm not the healthiest person in the world, but I can't lose anyone else. I already had to stay away from my grandparents a good deal of the time, because I expose myself pretty much all the time, because I take my sister to and from work. I'm the only one who can actually do that. And with my mom, her MS, I cannot be near her. Because if she were to catch COVID-19, it could kill her. It's too much of a gamble. And same goes for my fiance. And it's been like a lot of people our age that have been dying. So I don't like those odds. And I'm not gonna take that chance on my future wife. That and her parents would freak out because they want her to stay safe and pretty much quarantine too. Because, yeah, she hasn't been sick a lot and she's been relatively healthy, but her body can be unpredictable. So that's the messed up shit about this. But, as I said before, I would give my own life for someone else to live. And, if I was healthier, if I didn't have to take medication, I'd be donating blood all the time. I would donate my freaking kidney if I could. If it meant saving someone's life, I would chop off an arm if I had to. Well, my left arm. I need my right arm. I need to draw. But people need a way to cope. And my fiance, she suffers from a form of depression as well. And she has her mood swings and stuff like that. But, you know, it's a part of it when you have to take, certain pills and stuff just so your body can function correctly. And that pisses her off more than anything. That pisses me off more than anything. I need medication to help keep myself stable. But I'm fine with that. Yeah. I just I honestly, if something happened to anyone I cared about because of me, I fucking forget it, man. There'll just be no fucking way. No. No, no, no. Nope. Are there any playlists? And boop. And she's had her share of issues when it came to life in general as well, where she didn't want to live at times. She's never made an attempt at her own life or anything like that, but there have been plenty of days herself where she's wanted to die because she felt like she was a burden on everybody else, or that she wasn't meant to be loved because she was blind. I remember getting really angry at her for that, because I told her she's the one that makes me happy. And I'm like, I wouldn't have cared if she was wheelchair bound. Or, quadriplegic, whatever. I fell in love with her because I love her. As long as she was the same person, I wouldn't have cared. And I still don't care. That's the bottom line of it. I don't expect perfection. There's no such thing. Okay? There is no such thing. Unless if you're creating an equilateral shape or some kind of geometric shape that requires equal sides and all that stuff, that's the only time they can be perfect. But no organic being is ever perfect. And that is something we all live with. I'm not striving to be a perfectionist. I'm not striving to be, uber rich and famous, The only time when I am about that snobbish stuff is for, like, school presentation stuff only. Okay. Now, there's a distinctive pattern I'm going with. If I can... Seriously. Seriously? There we go. There's a distinctive pattern I'm going with when it comes to these pieces. I'm using the color palette of the same... I'm using a color palette of pretty much the same color for all of them. And, you know, there are going to be some aspects where some shades are going to be very vibrant. Like, let's say something's in blood or whatever. Now, it's going to be a really bright-ass shade of that color. No, I'm not trying to make you smile. Stop it. Stop it. Thank you. There we go. Now, I'll get back to her eyes later. Well, you know what? No. If I'm gonna go through this, I'm gonna see this through. Excusez-moi. Mortal Kombat. Don't judge me. I miss being able to play my Tekken. But it's whatever. And I'm missing out on good Mortal Kombat. Yeah. Oh, for crying out loud. See, this is what happens if you're not careful. Gonna zoom in a bit. Yeah, see what I mean. Eck. Of course I messed that up. 'Cause I can get clumsy. Oops. Come on. Down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Down. She's basically gonna have like the black eyeballs with the, with like the glowing irises and stuff like that. Sometimes my eyes don't want to turn out the way they need to, and it pisses me off. So I'm doing it up closey. Only because the face is very important to me. Especially if, I'm trying to give off a serious look. And stuff like that. There's gonna be, some senses. Now, the gray lining that you're seeing is the sketch, basically. That's why you see, like, different shades of gray and all that stuff. So, oh, for crying out loud. Ah! Let's see. It's, it can be frustrating sometimes because I don't always, I don't draw things, accurately as I want them the first time, so I have to go back and edit, which is why a lot of my work takes me longer. Not striving for perfection, but I want it to look like I actually put some damn effort into it. And that's like one of the worst things to deal with, is your art not looking how you want it to look. Oh. And, like with my logo, the red eye and stuff, that's my main logo for my business. So, if you ever come across that, yep, that's me. I also have a Facebook page called KG Art. And I have, another page called KG Comics. Now, it's, they're separate because one I do art commissions from, and the other one I do, is mainly about my comics. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Much better. What am I listening to? 80s music? Good lord. That lighthearted synthesizer and all that stuff. What the hell? Kind of sounds old school, but maybe it's not. I don't know. See, I get like a lot of these different markings that I miss, and it drives me crazy. Like, you stop it. Like, eyes are like my biggest thing that I try to do my best with. when it comes to my characters. It's always the eyes. Right now, the eyes don't want to cooperate with me. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Okay. Really? Okay. No pen mode. Oh, you're not gonna piss me off. That's what happens when I don't really take my time with these damn eyes. And they become a pain in the ass. Eyes need to behave. I wish they would behave. Make my life a hell of a lot easier. But they're just like, oh, I'm gonna be bigger than the other eye. Make that goofy ass emoji where one eye is bigger than the other, like, brr. And no thank you. Like, I will listen to some Disturbed and stuff like that usually, but because this is on a live stream, of course, I can't listen to copyrighted music, or else my video will get a strike or gets muted completely, which I think is completely idiotic. Like, remove the music, don't remove the actual voice. For a video site, you think they would be smart enough to actually do that. But, of course, YouTube likes to be stupid. Let me see. Well, I actually started drawing stuff like this when I was 10 years old. That's actually when I came up with my first comic character that will be on my website when I publish the website. Her name is Keanu Soul, and that's a character I've had since I was 10 years old, kind of like an alter ego. I drew my first set of comics on copy paper when I was 13. I actually had like various ideas, and I wanted to create a yaoi comic, but I did not have the coherence to write a proper story. So as I went along through high school, I looked over my previous old comics that I did, that I like finished my sophomore year of high school. I archived them, and because I was looking at how comics were really made, and I was starting to get more serious with it. And with college and stuff that's been going on, I haven't had much time to really hone my, really get anything out, let's just say. And now I'm working with 5 different series. And for that, I'm doing like a complete revamp of the stories, because the first volume of my comic, got accidentally thrown away. But like I said, I drew that when I was like 10, 11 years old. So my first volume for Keanu Soul is going to be a graphic novel. And it's not going to have pictures like volume 2 and 3. But I actually have way better writing skills than I did when I was a teenager, so it's not going to be all over the place, and it's going to take me forever. But this is my 5th comic series that's going to be like in the style of a webcomic type of thing. Like, it's going to be like 1 to 2 page segments, you know, all of that stuff, where my other comics are going to be full books that will have subscriptions tied to them. But this one won't have a subscription tied to it. Donation to continue the series would be great, but this won't have a donation tied to it because it is not a volume by volume series. And let's see, like I said, I have 5 different series. This one, Prevent. I have Keanu Soul, Goth Sister. I have My Love for Jesse is Forbidden, and I have Complete Opposites. So, and yeah, like I said, Prevent. So that's 5 different comic series. And plus a novel, a Yuri novel I'm writing. Yuri, if you're familiar with the terminology, yaoi, gay, boy love, yuri, lesbians, and all that stuff. So there's a regular novel, another novel as well. That's technically just gonna be a one-off story. I don't plan on making a series of that book in particular. Yeah, I have quite a few. And I'm not published yet, so I will be doing self-publishing once I get my site up and running. But see, my thing is, I don't want to publish my website right away because it's not the way I want it. And holy crap. You know, there's just a lot to work with. I also have some experience with web development. That's actually the first 3 years of school I did was graphic design for web, and I can actually code a website from the ground up, but a lot of these, design your own websites, there wasn't really a career for a web designer. And web designers technically don't really design full-blown websites. They tweak already made websites. So it wasn't a fun career thing, and I did it mainly to make my grandfather happy for a practical career choice. Which, it helped me learn different techniques. And that's when I started learning how to use a drawing tablet for the first time. So, a lot came out of that, including my Mac and using the Adobe programs and such. I started with Manga Studio Debut 4, but I didn't really start drawing on my digital tablet until I got Manga Studio 5. Well, no, it was 4EX, then 5, and now I have Clip Studio Paint Pro. And a lot of artists like to work with this because there is a lot of features that it has that doesn't require several different softwares to use. Sorry, if I don't smooth out some of these lines, it's gonna drive me batty. I know I can come back to it later, but just looking at them is driving me batty. Yeah. Are you talking about the Manga Studio or the Adobe programs? Yeah. Manga Studio, Smith Micro sold the licensing back to Celsius, and basically, it's just under a different name. It's still the same software, just a different name. Excuse me. Like the EX and Pro are more dedicated to comic works. Uh, yeah. The Adobe program, my first Adobe programs that I started working on when I was in high school was CS4. That's how old I am. And I don't mind Creative Cloud, but a sassafras subscription for software I can't just buy permanently and update when an update comes out. Kind of makes me mad that Adobe's a subscription only service where not many people can afford the licensing. Now, for the school I go to, when you're enrolled, you have full access to the Creative Cloud program for free. They cover that for the students. But holy hell. When I'm done with school, you can forget me paying $250 a year just to use a few of those programs. Photoshop 7? Holy shit. Yo, you remember those Macintosh books that had like the teal like see-through tops that would be in like elementary schools or, different schools and stuff that we had? And they would have the Apple symbol and stuff like that. They were like a turquoise teal, and they were like these bulky ass rounded screens. We had those when I was like in 4th grade, I believe. Yeah, 3rd and 4th grade. Yeah. Yeah, those suckers were huge. And when the internet started being the internet with AOL. Like, did your parents ever put you on the kids' AOL when you were only allowed 2 hours on the internet? Because that's what my grandparents did. Although, it didn't really matter because I would go on their side of the computer or whatever and go on the internet for longer if I needed to. Or, not needed to, wanted to. Because that would piss me off. Especially if I was reading a fanfic. I'm going to need more than 2 hours for that. Let's see. Okay. I need this a bit bigger. That's probably what my problem is. Because I can't shape it properly. Yeah, a lot of... Yeah, I heard a lot of kids, having to do that, but I grew up around computers. Like, real talk, I was about a year and a half when I first got on the computer, because there was a program called Tiny Tappers, and I got a feel for learning the keys and stuff like that. And a good deal of, like, my learning and stuff like that happened with the computer. Like, my mom got me a VTech when I was 4 for, like, spelling and counting. And, my Uncle Mark got me this Mickey Mouse alphabet program that I would play with. And my grandparents would get me the Reader Rabbit series for math and for reading. So, a lot of that was my life in the first place. And, I've always been kind of a tech head. So, it just followed. I'm kind of a tech head, but I don't have the funds for a tech head life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what shit does, I just don't have it. Like, I know, like, the perfect mechanics for, like, a decent gaming computer, but I don't have it. Because it costs way too much money. I hate it. So, a lot of stuff I know about, I can't really afford it. The reason why I have my Mac is because, on my tax refund and trading in my Mac laptop helped me, pay for it. And plus, the Mac Mini is cheaper than getting an iMac or the damn laptop. And they both cost the freaking same. Makes no sense. Like, a Mac Mini I was able to get for like $600 something. And of course I bought the keyboard, the Apple keyboard, which was like $100 or whatever. But, like the monitor and stuff like that, I got for like a lot cheaper. And it's a very good monitor. If you're ever looking for a decent HD monitor, I recommend the ViewSonic if you're on a budget. Because who can this sucker get bright? And contrasting is like so even and smooth with it It's unbelievable. It actually exceeded my expectations. Um, I know it can do 1080p, but as far as 4K resolutions, you're looking at the more expensive monitors. Which I don't really understand the 4K resolution thing. Like, HD is HD. Like, you're killing me over here. Like, is the 4K like for virtual reality or something? For like an Oculus or something? Because seriously, it's not that serious. You know, or is it like even a lot of smart TVs are 1080p. So why do we have the 4K resolution? That's what I would like to know. Cuz it just doesn't make sense to me. Like one of my favorite comedians um uploaded his comedy show special in 4K definition. And he had it uploaded already for, 1080p. So, like, what the hell is going on with that? That's what I would like to know. Like, is it meant for crisp television resolution? Like, is it meant for bigger monitors? Like, dude, you know, it's. I mean, yeah, you need to see your cursor. Yeah, it depends also on what you want to do with this stuff as well. Like, don't pay like $2,000 for a monitor if all you're gonna do is like watch Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Some people are like ridiculous with tech though. Like, the most expensive thing has to be it. No, you get the expensive one because it would suit you better, not because of its brand. And people are dumb for that. Like, okay, for instance, Wacom. That's an industry brand for animators and, illustrators and stuff like that. They're the best brand for that, but they are ridiculously expensive. Um, like the tablet I'm using is called an XP Pen, and another animator I watch was showing it off, and a couple other artists and stuff featured this, and it is literally $1,000 less than a Wacom Cintiq, and it's just ridiculous because it's giving me all the functions I need, and it runs. I can draw smoothly with it, without any issues. Now, if you want to like go pro and all that stuff, yeah, get a Wacom Cintiq or whatever, but only if you can afford it, because there are cheaper options out there that can perform just as well. Um, I'm not drawing on my Mac only because for some reason when I try to draw with a pen tablet on my Mac, it like lags my cursor and it pisses me off. So I'm drawing on my PC because I can actually draw in real time with my cursor without having to screw anything up. Even though I screw up stuff anyways, but still, it doesn't drive me as batty. Because that's another reason why it took me, so long with a lot of my digital illustrations when I would try to do it on my Mac, is the lagging, and it just frustrated me so much to where I didn't really want to work on digital illustration for a while. You know, I believe, yeah, like recently, this is like the most active I've been when it comes to digital illustration. Um, with my comic revamping and stuff. That's like this is like the most active because I can draw without my cursor sticking or lagging or whatever. Bitter. Bitter. Swear to God. Yeah, I mean, if it works for you and stuff like that, there's really no need to really like invest in a new one. Though I like display tablets better because you're drawing directly on the screen like you would draw directly on paper. So you're not drawing blindly just looking at the screen. I don't like that method, to be honest. It I tried doing it that way and it just pissed me off. And my work was not turning out, it wasn't looking like any of my drawings. It looked like something so damn alien. I just ugh. I freaking gave up on it. But, oh my lordy. Like, in certain aspects, if it's not broken, don't fix it type of thing. Especially if it's tech you're comfortable with. Though, if you get an upgraded piece of technology, like, a new computer and stuff like that, make sure, the tech you have with it is, the most compatible with it. Because shit can always hit the fan and go wrong. And, nothing pisses me off more than incompatible tech. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's saving. There it goes. Yeah, it does. Clip Studio Paint does like an auto recovery save type of thing, just in case like the program were to crash or something, which it has unfortunately, but like it wasn't like detrimental because I would be able to get back into it and save it. And you can also save stuff on the cloud that Clip Studio has for you. It has about I'm trying to think. Hold on. I think it's about 10 gigs. I'm not sure. Let me open Clip Studio really quick. It's gonna be kind of a pain to open. Like I said before, my computer doesn't have, or I don't know if I mentioned it, but my computer doesn't really have the full capacity to run heavy programs, which is why I only have my OBS and my Clip Studio Paint on here. Like, dude, Adobe was slowing everything I had down. It was freaking ridiculous. And Adobe runs better with Macs, unfortunately. Which is, that's why I have both a PC and a Mac, because some things perform better on one or the other. I'm a PC master race person, Damn! Bright screen! Bright light! Bright light! Hold on. Need to look away from my screen a little bit. Because it's like bright as hell. About damn near blinded me. Ow. Ow. But, yeah, see, like I said, there's the cloud storage right here. And yeah, Photoshop is good for touch-ups and all that stuff. I know people do illustrations and stuff on that too, but with Clip Studio Paint, you pretty much got all of that. See, there's the 10 gigabyte cloud storage. I literally have only 15. I don't even have 1 gig of storage in there. And this is my profile. As you can see, it has the red eye, my KG art logo on there. Let me see. Let me go to edit profile. Like this. This is the logo you need to look for if you look for me, because that's the logo I'm always gonna have in relation to my art. Even on Amino, on the different communities, I have this as my avatar. Discord's my only exception because I change it on the regular, and mood and all that stuff. Because Discord isn't completely dedicated to my art or my business, so I don't have the need. But my KG Comics Discord has the same label. So, if you're ever looking for me, 1, sub, and 2, just look for the red eye. Because there's a lot of KG arts or KG studios and stuff like that. Look for the red eye. And you're good. Ouch. But, yeah. Like I said, if you're, looking for my brand, just look out for that. let's see. But, yeah. I didn't realize how many KG Arts and KG Studios there were. If anything, I would have made them Key Goth or something like that. Because I go by Kiki. And, yeah, it's hard for people to find my brand, so that's why I tell people to look for the red eye. Because I'm the only one who has it. And I have the original file it was made on, along with their watermarks. Even on my DeviantArt page, Keygoth Art, that's that's my avatar too. So you'll be able to find it. I'm everywhere. I mean, I've had Kgoth since I was like a kid, and pretty much just stuck with me. As far as like sometimes like username, as far as like usernames and all that stuff. Okay, not too shabby. Come on, come on. Ah, no, you stupid. There we go. Now the eyes look in better shape than they were. If I could just... There we go. There we go. I mean, no one side is the same, but still. I will be damned if my stuff gets messed up, so. See, it took me forever to do the eyes, because they were being a pain in my arse. Yeah, stop. Hi, sis. Hey, boo. I see you. I see you. I look up at my chat screen. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, it's like, hi, Kiki. Meow, bitch. Oh my god. Hi. Tyson. Thank you, bro. Ty Suits, the random person that appeared right under you, buddy, is my younger sister. She's the most awesome thing ever. And she was... Yeah. And, yeah, she's my peaches. So, what you doing? Besides, watching me and stuff. Yeah, yeah, so it's Yeah, I'm just drawing out for I'm drawing like my Lady Reaper and stuff. So she so I at least got some of the lining done, but I had to go over the eyes like I had to go over the eyes so many freaking times. It was ridiculous. Alright, I love you, boo. Alright, bye. Yeah. Yeah, that's my adorable baby sister. Um, we're 7 years apart. Yeah, she was born when I was 7 years old. Actually, when my mom gave birth to her, I was in school. I was getting ready to go to school when she went in labor with her. And I always wanted a baby sister. So, boom, there she is. And I do have a younger brother. I love dearly. And I have some step siblings and another sister by my dad. So I have about 5 siblings in total. Um, just two of them, my younger sister and my younger brother, I half raised. Um, but I'm not gonna like go into like huge detail about that. Um, just kind of raised them like they would be my own. So where mom couldn't handle it, I would handle it, or if they needed extra help with something and mom couldn't do it like physically, that's where I came in. Like for instance, I would take her to the bus stop and stuff. There was one time though when we were running late for her preschool bus, I slipped on some oil and I hit my head on the back of a car while smacking the back of the bus so they wouldn't leave my sister. That fucking hurt. That shit hurt. Oh man, that shit hurt. But sis loved me for it because I wanted her to get to school and stuff. And I has a baby niece. She'll be 3 this May. She's to baby. It's my sister's little girl. Um, oh, what was I gonna say? Yo, you know what? And you know what? I love you too. I love you too, Peaches. You know what pisses me off though? They got my sister working these long ass shifts because one of the cashiers quit. And like fucking one of the other like one of the main managers is like falling ill. Like he's having chest problems or whatever. And they got my sis on these long ass shifts. She's pretty much the only cashier at our local Dollar Tree. It's fucking ridiculous. And that's something I cannot stress enough, Like both of us are going to be exhausted as hell cuz this is my job technically. And she's got her job and we do like the full throttle hours. And she's basically got to be there like every day. And it's gonna be hell. But nothing a little bit fun can't hurt with. She makes me laugh a lot. Like, a lot. Like, my sis can tell right away if I'm really depressed and stuff. She has that tinge about her. Like, she knows if I'm like really upset. Even if I refuse to tell her, that I end up telling her anyways because she cares. Yeah. I know you tired, boo boo. Yeah, my poor peaches. Yeah, cause um, I'm her ride to work, okay, and I don't mind spending time with her, taking her to and from work and stuff like that. I just don't like how excruciating it's gonna be because there's usually like a large influx of people that like to come in at the last minute, and well, everything is a dollar at the Dollar Tree. So, of course, people are going to flock there if they can't, get it anywhere else. And since she's considered an essential worker, well, she can't be on lockdown or anything like that. Um, and like I mentioned before, Ty, we basically have to, try to stay away from our mom, and our grandparents. Like, she can't even come over and really visit our grandparents because she's exposed to a lot of people that, you know, either could have or might just be carrying the COVID-19. And with my grandma's COPD and stuff like that, like it's too dangerous. So, um it just kind of sucks, that we gotta isolate ourselves from like people we like majorly care about. You know, no one's safe, and the the damn pandemic doesn't discriminate. So, we just gotta be really careful. Wash your hands. I mean it. Wash your hands. Uh, like, after you get inside from like going outside, running errands or whatever, like, wash your hands. Like, so cereal. I am super cereal. And, damn auto recovery save. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Oh my god. Are the eyes good? Are the eyes good? Yeah, almost. E. Ree. I know, boom. You know, and, that's like the sucky shit, And I mentioned to Ty about, how I can't see my fiance and that whole spiel. And I really miss her terribly. I really do. But, like I said earlier, you know, can't risk her health. I want to protect the people I care about as much as I can, even if it means I can't really be near them too much or touch them. You know, and plus my sister and I are like the only like healthier people that can like be out together because we can run errands and stuff for our mom, and all that stuff because we're the only ones that are technically physically capable. Um, my grandparents are, they're trying to avoid going out as much as possible as well. So I have to stay, away from them, and I have to stay healthy, just in case I have to do something. And it's freaking irritating. And it's not fun. I want this pandemic to end already. But it's not going to end anytime soon. Like some people like to live in their own little world about. Thinking it's just going to go away. Go away like frickin' syphilis. Not to offend people who have syphilis, I am so sorry. Or protection. Protect yourself. In all ways, protect yourself. Like, because diseases and viruses and shit are no joke. Ah, finally. Okay, satisfied with the eyes now. Okay. Now then. Oops. There we go. Seriously? Okay. Oh, come on! No. That's great. Stop it. I might live stream The Sims on like my Mixer or Twitch. It wouldn't be on my YouTube though, because my YouTube is revolving around my art only. But yeah, I've thought of streaming The Sims 4 and stuff. But here's the thing. I want to keep my wicked whims. I don't want to I don't want to turn off my mods. That's the thing. That's one of the reasons why I don't stream it, is because I don't want to turn off my mods. I don't want to turn off my wicked whims. I like my Sims having sexy times. That's like one of my main stress relievers. I know I'm nasty, but still. I mean, I could, I could stream building and stuff like that. Like, I streamed one time on my Twitch, my Project Olympus, um, mansion that I built a while ago. Uh, but it's just weird. Like, that would be, like, my main focus would be huge architecture projects. I know I'm nasty, shut up. I know I'm nasty. I like sexy times with the Sims. It's fun. But real talk though, like the architecture aspect of it has always been my main thing. I've always been, I guess, what you would call a builder, for for the games, like one of my favorite things to do was to design houses from Sims 1 way back. And from Sims 2 onward, I owned, well, this instance, my sister and I, we share an Origin account where we can have access to, so both of us can have access to the expansion packs and stuff. This is like the only time where I don't have all of them, only because they have game packs and stuff packs, and it drives me crazy. I'm like, why would you make a game pack? Put the game pack with the expansion pack. And I'm like, Maxis, y'all are milking it. Like, seriously, come on. I really don't find that necessary. Doing the little people. The tiny little people. Tiny little people. Little people. But yeah, I love building on The Sims, and I don't really use the blueprint feature unless if I need like a quick design, so I can get on with like the mission of, you know, why I created those Sims in the first place. Because sometimes, like, I'll have a certain purpose for them, but they don't, like, have their house built yet, and it usually takes me a while. So, I, either send them off somewhere else, or I spend most of my time building. Which is cool. I want cupcakes. I don't know, I just got a craving for sweets. I like my cupcakes. But, yeah, I'm just like uber mad that they have all of these freaking packs. Like, some of them, like, they could have been part of an expansion pack. Like, I am not kidding. Like, the outdoor retreat and the, you know, jungle pack or whatever. Like, they could have been with the island one. You know, they could have come with that. But no. They were being butts. They were being money hungry butts. Let's see. Okay. What was the other color I was gonna add? Okay. No. Oh, hell no, bruh. No. You open up my pen tablet this instant. See, when it goes to the dot cursor like this, it does not work properly, so I'm gonna open up my pen tablet. Okay. Oh my gosh. Like, yo. I freaking hate this. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, bruh. You gotta be kidding me, bruh. This happens a good deal of the time. That'll go into like this tablet mode cursor, and it will not work properly. It see what I mean? god, I freaking hate this. Let me save this so nothing goes wonky. Because my tablet wants to be an ass. Hi, Auntie Stacy. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Ow, ow, ow. This is stupid. Yeah, see, no. If I could just... Wait. Yay, all the love. I feel so loved. Oh my gosh. But on the subject of like my work and stuff, I have a really high resolution for these pieces only because I want it to look smooth like a good deal of the way through. See, I can't even switch between eraser mode and pen mode because it's being a butt. Now, are you gonna stop being a butt? Nope, it's not gonna stop being a butt. Oh, I know what I gotta do. I know exactly what I gotta do. I have to exit and restart the driver. Because it likes to drive me batty that way. Can't detect it. Really? Can you detect it now? You should be able to detect my drive. Okay. Now I have stuff back to normal. See? If you look at the bottom of my drawing screen, I can switch between pen mode and eraser mode. That's like a key feature that I really, really need for my pen tablet to work for. Sometimes the driver will, sometimes if it like comes loose from the USB port, the driver won't notice the tablet, and that becomes a problem. Let's see. Oh, what was I doing? Ah, shit, it went into nighttime mode. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I kind of need it to be on its realistic colors. Can we do the thing, please? And I'm gonna turn the brightness down a little bit because I don't want to strain my eyes. Clear all notifications. Clear, damn it. So, there we go. Now if I could Can I please get back to work? Alright, Cortana, get off. Cortana is such a pain in the butt. Let me see. My Discord has been going off a lot. It's driving me crazy. Don't know which track I'm on, but it's plenty. Okay. Yeah, I was told, for like illustrations and stuff like that, the higher DPI the better. So my main resolution for like pretty much all of like my illustrations is gonna be 600 DPI. For like Photoshop and stuff like that, you want to the highest DPI that is recommended usually is between like 350 and 400. But it depends also on the size. Now, I have the standard A4 paper that's used in manga and stuff like that. But it doesn't have to be, I repeat, it does not have to be 600 DPI. Because it also depends on how well your program runs. And for smaller images, don't use the highest DPI possible. It is actually really inefficient, and it will, it would just be a complete waste of time. Oops. If you don't stop. Albums. That's a lot of Seth Fressman tracks. That's a lot of tracks, dude. Let's see. Dang nabbit. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, I'm gonna need one of the tiny paintbrushes. Oops. Too tiny. Damn it. This is what pays off to like zoom in and stuff, because you can see your mistakes and stuff down to a pixelated level. I know it can be annoying, but it actually helps. And you can actually give yourself a better chance that way. So it allows you to make corrections on, I wouldn't say a microscopic level, but just enough. There we go. Now, the reason why I got in so close with this one is because with the iris that for this girl, for my Reaper, you know, her eyes are supposed to kind of give off a glowing aspect, without necessarily adding the glow effect to it right away. Or not the glow effect, the highlight effect. Because that also gives off a glow for that purpose. You know, like with a lot of supernatural beings or whatever, you know how their eyes are like a glowing color of, you know, whatever color iris they are. You know, that's kind of what I'm doing right here. Alright, take care. Good night, Aunt Stacy. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Much appreciated. Let's see. As soon as I'm done with the eyes, I'm about to call it a night myself. Because, well, gotta take Cece to work and such. And only one of us can be really tired. And it can't be me because I'm the one who drives. So, gonna call it a night from here. I really appreciate people finally joining me and stuff. It's good to have people to actually talk to. It actually puts me at ease, you know? And I enjoy a conversation. I enjoy answering questions and, you know, all of that good stuff. You know, because I don't really have anything to hide. So, you know, I'm not easily quote unquote triggered. Just, you know, don't be a jackass about stuff. And we're cool. Although, unless if you're like a funny jackass, then I'll give you a pass. Making one last tweak with the eyes. I gotta bring this down. Don't wanna be a voiceless name. Want the power of the fame, no. Been living life just like a game. It's one of my favorite songs from one of my favorite artists, Net Nobody. Yeah, thankies. I really appreciate it. You know, goth life is not easy. You know, but I can't be poing it all the time. You know, so like being sad sauce, pretty much. I like I like to spice things up. And if I can cry less, that is a good thing for me. So yeah, stop by. I will be streaming tomorrow morning as well. Probably 10:30, 11ish type of deal. And my yeah, I'm gonna be streaming throughout most of the day tomorrow. So if you want to stop by tomorrow, that would be fantastic. You know, just look out. You know, subscribe and hit the notification button so that way you can know when I actually do go live and stuff. I don't like leaving people out of the loop. That's why I like about the notification thing. It's just every little aspect of every little thing the is what I don't like about the notifications. Like, they commented on this. Oh, they commented on that. Oh, somebody replied to your reply. You know, all that extra shit, and it's not necessary. But you know, so if you want me to if you want to see me, you know, continue with this work and stuff like that, you know, like I said, stop by tomorrow. I'm gonna be streaming for most of the day while you know, and I would be taking a break after my sister gets off from work, because, well, I wouldn't be here. I would be picking her up. And after I drop her off at home, I'm going to continue streaming again. So there's plenty of time to stream this. Trust me. It's going to take me a while to do this. Especially to get it the way I want it. Because I don't want to just be, you know, done with it. It'd be stupid. Okay, so we're going to leave that. And I'm going to close the first prologue one for right now, because I won't be getting into that till later, till I color this one and the last one. And then I'll go back for detailing, but it's likely I'm going to be working on the main title page tomorrow as well. So I'm going to be switching in between. Let's see. Depending on my mood, I might work on some other illustrations from like other collections that I have. But this is gonna be the main focus. So, yeah. So I really appreciate everybody coming in, all the peeps, all the meat peeps. Like I said, sub. You know. Sub and sub and hit the notifications so you'll know.
And yeah, I have a little poem up here. It's called Fading, and it goes so well with this drawing. So that's another art piece I made. That's like my main banner drawing. So yeah, you like what you see? You know, feel free to hit me up. Again, I go by Key Goth Art on DeviantArt. Um, KG Comics with a capital X, and KG Art. And like I said, um, you know, look for the red eye. And maybe during one of these streams, I might show you why there is a red eye for these. Besides red being my favorite color. Alright. Good night, everybody.